Hi, everybody.
Hello.
How's it going? So, we two crazy advisors are up here in Freeport, Maine, and it is 1:30 in the morning. And we said, hey, she's usually in the south. I'm always in the north. But for once, we're actually together in the same place. So we thought, let's do our little video together.
Let's do it. Let's get it done.
So, we have a couple of little borders that they're going to be quick and I think pretty simple, but they're cute. So let's get over to the workspace.
Well, wait a minute. Before you switch,
Yes.
you are,
Oh, I'm Fitzy.
and I'm Kristi.
See, it's 1:30 in the morning.
We've done zero. Well, we've prepped our border, but we did not discuss what we were going to say whatsoever because we're
Nope.
too tired.
Yep.
So we're just going to hurry up and get this done. And now she's going to switch us over to the hands, and I'm going to dive in on my border after we talk about what we're doing.
And we hope you like it.
Yes, absolutely.
All right. Spotlight. There's our workspace.
Okay.
So these are the two borders we're going to create, and Kristi's going to go first. You get past me there?
Yeah.
Good.
So Michelle is gonna, I can't see this thing though. Michelle's gonna create this one and I'm gonna create this one. And really, I've already pre-cut the thing called, this is called Thirst Quencher. I'm gonna use
just so
the,
you can. Thank you.
I'm gonna use this border maker cartridge and make sure you can see it. And I'm using the Sun Soaked collection, which is fairly new. And that's for the paper for this and the paper, this orange looking paper. So the main reason I did not cut my background strip yet, my base strip, is because I want to show you something real quick. First thing we're going to do is take out our straight blade and put in the colonial blade. Now, obviously, if you don't like the colonial blade, you can use something different. But I wanted to use the colonial, so I'm putting it in. And the outside edge of my border is going to have that design. You see how it's designed on both sides? So the first thing I'm going to do is put my paper to the edge of the gray mat with the colonial blade, and I'm going to cut. And I'm going to use this strip, so hang on to it. Then I'm going to put my straight blade back in. I'm going to turn my paper to the 2.5 inch mark. And when I say 2.5 inches, it's probably like the peaks of the colonial punch is at the 2.5 inch. Don't sweat that. Just make it as close to 2.5 inches as you can. Wait just a second. I did the wrong thing. I was not supposed to take out my blade yet. I am so sorry. That's what happens when it's 1:30 in the morning.
I wasn't going to say
it. So I made that little 1/4 inch cut. It's not even quite a 1/4 of an inch. Leave your blade in, turn your paper, cut it at the 2.5, and that way, guess what? Both sides of your base has that design. Now, we still need another little piece, and this is where I got confused, and we need to put our straight blade back in. We already have the design on the edge of this paper. So we're going to put this design at the edge of the gray mat with a straight blade. This piece, and again, you are going to use this, okay? So your little bitty strips are straight on one side, and they have the colonial design on the other side, okay? That's what I needed you to know about that. Let me throw this back under here, and then I'm going to show you how we're going to assemble this. Now, I pre-cut this piece of paper, and this was cut at 1 3/4 inches. So this is 2.5, this is 1 3/4, okay? Oops, I don't know where my tape
Tape
runner
runner?
is. Just use yours,
Yeah,
you don't mind? Okay, so we're borrowing each other's product
I'm a good
at
carer.
1:45 in the morning, and and that's okay. Okay, so I'm just gonna center this on the paper here on my base, as you know, and I'm not even using any mat to do any measuring. I'm just eyeballing it and I'm centering it. Now, I also pre-cut my border, and I wanted it to be in two colors. And I know it might be a little bit hard to see that that's in two colors, but it is. And I made a mistake the first time I cut when I punched. See how I can show you this. I'm not really gonna do it. Oh, I know how I was gonna show you. I punched with the yellow side of the paper up, right? So I had my paper in and I was going punch, 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 punch. And I had the yellow side up. Well, I knew I needed two layers, and so I punched a second layer and I left the bad one over at my workspace in the room. I punched a second time, but I still had the yellow side up. And when I did that, what happened was this was not gonna layer. See what I mean? Of course, I just got tangled because I'm trying to show you. So because it was not gonna layer because one was backwards and one was forwards, I had to punch a third one. So when you punch your first strip of your border maker cartridge border, punch it with the first side up, take it out, and punch it with the other side up, so that then you will have the matching pieces, right? So the way I'm going to put this on here, I'm going to put the dark side down first. So I'll put the adhesive on the yellow side of it. And then I'm going to cut some foam squares. Well, I'm gonna center this in the center. Um, and then I'm going to cut some foam squares to put this other layer on top of this. And I didn't have any of the little tiny foam squares, so it might take me a minute. I didn't discuss this with Michelle ahead of time, but it might take me a minute to cut some pieces. But I'm just going to as quickly as I can, oops, cut the pieces to put this on. Oh, and I know what I'll do to make it go faster. I'm going to do like a magic thing where I do a few and then I'll come back in and add the real ones later. Okay, so I want to put the foam squares on the dark side so that when I go to turn it over, the yellow side will be the top side showing, right? So this is my magic trick, Michelle. I'm gonna do one more over here in the middle, and then we're gonna switch out.
Okay.
Well, not quite switch out. I'm gonna finish my border and then we'll switch out. We're okay, right?
Yeah, it's 1:39.
Nobody else cares what time it is besides us,
Besides us.
because we still have to be up early in the morning. Early in the
I don't know
morning.
if that's gonna happen for me.
Well, it's
We'll see
okay.
what
You can miss the party if you want to. I don't want to.
I don't either.
Ah, all right. I'm so sorry that I can't get my fingers to work to get this apart here. I'm trying to hurry, which is probably, it's just like Scrap Olympics. You know what to do, and you can't get it to work because you're trying to hurry. Oh, okay. So magic. I'm layering these, and I'm trying to leave a little bit of that shadow. It's a little bit hard to completely leave it because you do want to have, like, you want some of the shadow to show, but you also want the design to work right. So these pieces that we cut look, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna put some adhesive on those. And we're gonna put those about, I don't know, maybe an eighth of an inch from the edge of that orange. So it gives the illusion, and if you need to, tuck it under that border maker cartridge border. This is gonna give the illusion that you have many layers on your border, and you really don't. You've just got a little bit, right? So I'm eyeballing this, but I'm trying to make this top one the same size as the base one. And that is it.
Woohoo!
Ta-da!
Nice.
So there you go. All right, now on to
Fitzy. Okay, we're tag teaming. And now I'm up.
you're up. You need me to move anything?
No,
You
good
got it?
right now.
Okay. We'll see how it goes.
All right, so this is the border I'm going to be making, and I'm going to be using the scalloped heart punch border maker card. Now, I did a little pre-punching just to get things started and to make things a little easier. The paper I'm using is from the new Happy Together paperback. It's got 6 pieces of designer paper in it, and it's really pretty. I love all the
I
different.
love this collection.
It's so cool, right? All right, so the first thing I'm gonna do is cut my base piece, and my base piece is 3.5 inches. So that's this red piece right here.
Mhm.
All right. So I already punched one side. So I'm gonna take my trimmer and I just. Oh,
Sorry, I
little
could have got that
second.
stuff out of the way.
I'm gonna line the little hearts up on the, what did I say? 3.5 inches. Oh, goodness. So, all right. So that's an extra piece of paper there that we don't need. That to the side. We're gonna come back, punch. Now, like I said, I already pre-punched this one side, but I need both sides to be punched. I'm gonna go ahead and slide my paper into the paper guide. And now I'm gonna just go ahead and punch. This is gonna give us our pretty little base for our border. All right, the base is done. Now, I pre-cut this middle strip here so you wouldn't have to make it simple. And this piece is 1.25 inches. And I used on that the decorative blade, and this is the Victorian blade. It's one of my favorites, and it gives it a really pretty edge. Let's see. All right. Those two are all set. So now we have to come to our middle piece. And that is going to be at 3 inches. I get my trimmer again. And I'm just lining up the little tips of the hearts, these measurements. So the tips of the hearts are on the 3-inch. That paper to the side. And now I'm going to put the other side of this one. Same thing, I put it into the paper guide. Lock it down. Go ahead and all right. So now I have this pretty little piece. But as you see my border, I had this kind of almost like Kristi said it was like a three-dimensional effect. So it's pretty cool. You see how it kind of bends up? All right. So I'm going to go ahead and put this back over to my trimmer. I'm going to take out my scoring blade. I put my Victorian back. Oh, my scoring blade. Great blade. Now for the scoring blade, I'm going to line my little hearts up on the right hand side of the trimmer, the 3/4 inch line. And when I do that on the left side, the little hearts will line up at the 2-inch mark. All right. And we're just going to go ahead and gently score. You don't want to cut through, you just want to make a little line. Then we're going to turn it and we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So we have lined up at the 3/4 inch mark to the right, 2-inch mark to the left. And now I'm going to take that little piece and I'm going to just very gently bend it along the little folds just to give it a little decorative flair. Try to take my time doing this just because I don't want to I'm having trouble seeing.
Did you score
I'm
both
gonna
sides?
score that one.
I didn't see you score both sides, but that doesn't mean that you didn't,
I
because I know that
did.
you're half asleep too.
I think I just didn't. I don't know. I probably went a little too light. So redo that. Oops. Okay,
Much
that's
better.
a little. All right, so here's our little scoring thing. And now we're going to put this all together. So I'm going to put this little pink piece in the middle of my little three-dimensional layer. Then I'm going to put this centered down the middle of the base piece. So, all right, my base, and then I'm just going to pick random spots. 3, 4, 5, 6. And all these little pieces that came out, the red ones, are these cute little red hearts. I don't know if you can see them, but they're super cute. All right. And I'm just going to put them where I put my reposition. And if there's any extra, I'm just going to wipe it away. It will rub right off, which I love. We're almost done. So cute.
Very cute.
I'm loving out of the water, so I'm just off a little bit. And bring the embellishments over. Oh, Here they are. This collection comes with a really cute little embellishment. Little thing. I'm gonna put this. That's perfect. And on my original one, I bumped that up on foam squares, but for this one, I'll just look. Are your foam squares handy?
Foam square.
Yeah,
What do you need?
just
You
one.
want me to cut it?
Nope, I can just do.
A big one? Okay.
Yeah. So just that middle. And voila. Now we have our cute little border.
Fantastic.
So that is that.
And then pull, yeah. Pull those.
Oops. Okay.
Movie stuff,
So,
Michelle. No.
all right. So here we are. We've got our here. There we go.
Yeah, there you go.
So here are two pretty little borders. We hope you enjoyed them. It was a bit of a challenge to do it at 1:30 in the morning, but that shows our dedication, doesn't it?
That's exactly right.
So it's nice to be back, and hopefully we'll see you all again on YouTube.
Yep. Come
So
on.
thank you for watching
Yep.
this northern girl and this southern girl.
That's right.
We're going to bed.
The north and the south.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Don't forget to like and subscribe if you like this video.